Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus again, and this is Father's Day 2013. Most people are gathered this morning at service, honoring God and fatherhood. But I find a need for me to hold myself together just for you who are listening for this very moment, this message that you would hear no other place. You see, I am here for those of you who look and see and dream of a different God, a God of love. I'm here to speak for a God that requires not only that I stand up and say how good He has been to me, but glory in what I have done in response to that goodness. Brag on it so that you, my friends, can see the God that I know. And the God that I know, the one who looked at me in a moment of crisis when I had made a mistake and I was falling down and death was right there with the arms open wide to receive me. And just at that moment, the God that I serve stepped in and said, not yet. Time is not yet. Death had to walk away mad as could be, but accepting the fact because the God of life had spoken. And there are times that it has happened to me again and to many of you, but you have not known to whom to give credit to. But each time it happened because the God that I know stood in and said, not yet. And by saying not yet, it obligates everyone who is a recipient of such a blessing to recognize that their lives are no longer theirs, but to that one that says not yet. And what does that one that says not yet want? He wants allegiance. Allegiance to what? Allegiance to say that the spirit that saved you in that moment must live in you now to be representative of what that meant to you through your dealing with other people in this world, knowing that every last one of them represent you. Why? Because that's you, representative of that power that said, not yet. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to say this to you because I want you to understand that we all come into this world by way of a power that is powerful, more powerful than any man or group of men. And we are able to stay here because of that power. And that power must have a purpose, and that purpose must run, the question of that purpose must run through our minds daily. What are we here for? I can tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, life is in creation. And so you were created, the obvious reason to me is for the purpose of creation. And creation comes by working through the spirit and the power of that which is the foundation, which is God. And for us to be able to do that, we must be connected to God, which means we must recognize that we have been on the path that leads us away from God, and now we must turn around. And turning around means to do the opposite things that this one was doing, to make sure that the one that we now represent is glorified, that this way of life, and it requires bodies, it requires arms and legs and voices, people to stand up, and standing up meaning putting your life on the line every day. Why? Because remember when it was said, not yet. And so any moment in time for which you are doing your duty, that it comes, that it is time, then it is the glory of your life, my friends, because you have entered into the realm of paradise. I'm not speaking to you out of ignorance, and I'm not expecting you to believe exactly what I'm saying. But I'm telling you this because it is true, and one day it will become a revelation to you. And you will be able to stand boldly, not because you're speaking the words, but because you've traveled the path and you know exactly what you're talking about. And the love that has been hidden is now seen, and you become a light unto those who are living in darkness. This is the day that I choose to speak to you about my Father. My Father is the Creator God. My Father, the one who keeps me here. My Father, whom I serve daily, one, by speaking this message to you. My Father, whom I serve daily by speaking out, trying to let the world know that the world that we're living in is living under falsehoods, and that this world and where it can go depends upon your understanding of life. And right now, the understanding of life in most of the places of the world, including the United States, is kind of blurred, really blurred. But today, you have been warned that there's a power that's unseen. Gave you the earth, gave the earth the ability to produce everything that you need. All you have less is the skills. And now you possess those, and you can do what you desire. But your ability to go forward and do great things is determined by your acknowledgement of the Creator God and honoring that through respect for one another. And your falling is the disrespect for God, trying to become God, and everything go to hell. Listen, this is your Father's Day's message, 2013. Bye-bye.